Hello everyone, welcome back for another Technique Tuesday. So this week I'm going to take you through 2 movements to help strengthen the inside of your hips. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have been told, especially if you sit all day, that you have tight hips, you need to stretch it out, we need to stretch out those quads. It's something that I've told a lot of people in the past as well. But you do also potentially need to spend some time strengthening those the hip flexors and the top of the quads, which if you do a lot of movements like squats, lunges, things like that, especially if you have quite heavy dominance in the lower part of your quad, you may need to actually spend some time strengthening that area. Now, obviously, it's going to be very individual. Get somebody to look through your movement and do an assessment if you need to. We can obviously help with that, so if you need us to, just reach out, send us a message, and we'll book in a time where we can either do it in-house or virtually, but we're going to do 2 movements. Movement number 1 is a knee up, kettlebell, knee up, toe up, kettlebell, high knee. So a lot of words there, but basically what it is I'm going to get myself onto a low box like I've got here. I'm going to have one leg extended, and then what I'm going to do with my foot, I'm going to hook the kettlebell into my other foot, and I'm going to have my foot in dorsiflexion, which means I'm pulling my toes back towards my knee. So from here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to hook that kettlebell, and then nice and controlled, I'm going to pull that knee up nice and high, keeping that toe in dorsiflexion, and then bringing it back down to full extension. Pulling up nice and high, and then coming back. Now, if you're a sprinter or you're a field sport athlete, you can use this movement to simulate that sprinting motion that you're going to do, so you can get your arms involved as you bring that knee up, alternate arm, alternate leg, keeping that nice L shape with your arm when you do it. For this, I would probably do 8 to 10 reps each leg, so once I've done one side, I'll just turn around and I'll do the same thing on the other side there. Now, if this is a struggle for you, and even with a light kettlebell for some people it could be a struggle, another option would be to simulate that very similar movement from a hanging position. So what I'll do is I'll jump up on a barbell, or on a pull-up bar where I'm completely outstretched off the floor. I'm going to pull those toes into dorsiflexion, and then I'm going to just do exactly the same movement, bringing that knee up nice and high, and then bringing it back down nice and controlled. Alternating sides as I go, nice and controlled up, nice and controlled back down. Coming up, and then going back down. What I'm not trying to do with this movement is I'm not trying to do like this really wild swinging leg raise or knee raise. I want to go through and make sure that I'm really controlling and being deliberate with that movement as I bring it up, and then I come back down, alternating sides as I go. With our single arm stuff that we went through last week, I spoke about always basing the amount of reps and sets you do off what your weaker side can handle. It's going to be the same deal with this as well. So there's 2 movements that you can do to strengthen those hip flexors as you need. Any questions, as always, hit us up, but we'll see you next week. Bye.